In today's Clash Royale video, I'm gonna show you guys the new best card in Clash Royale, the Coon Meha Draft season. You guys will be absolutely surprised in that. I got you some great games with this type of cards in the background. And if you guys don't want to miss this type of card in the future, make sure to subscribe, make sure to use the create a good mod in the shop. And I would say let's jump into that, and I'm gonna tell you the current best card in Clash Royale. So yes, as you guys can see in the background, I got the game against Trainer Chewy. This is pre-recorded just to let you know once again, guys, because kinda sometimes I want to show you specific games against specific players over specific decks, and this is really hard to do currently because I want to show you this type of decks in Meha Draft because Meha Draft is the Coon mode, but sometimes you don't have these cards in draft. So what card am I talking about? I didn't draft it yet, and it has statistic-wise the Coon best card in Clash on a small sneak peek. It got buffed in the last spell change, but it didn't get a direct buff. It got an indirect buff, so you guys already might know that. So I'm gonna go for the poison, he goes for the fireball, and we got advertisement, so we're just gonna skip that. Great, why did I get advertisement on my own video, which I'm like just taking here? I don't know, man, like it's funny. So basically I'm just kinda already published on my German channels type of card, but I kinda wanted to also show it on my English channel because the audience is completely different there. And now I picked it, guys. It's the Goblin. Goblin is currently by far the card with the highest win rate, highest win percentage in Clash Royale Meha Draft ladder. Might surprise some of you guys, might not surprise some of you guys, but this is the thing. This is the real thing, and we pick the Rascals, we pick the Poison, we pick the Furnace. It's the double hard combination, which we love to see, and you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about, right? When is Goblin Heart strong, it's not gonna get used a lot. The use rate isn't really too high. Why? Basically, Goblin Heart means an automatic win when the opponent doesn't have a big spell against it. You're just able to stagger it, and this is kind of why you use it, right? But you're not going to use it in every single pick, right? When there's like EQ and Poison open, you would never pick Goblin Heart, and this is the important thing. So just pick the card when you kind of early see, okay, there's no there's no Poison in play, there's no EQ in play. You can just pick it, right? And if there's no fireball in play, even better. So maybe sometimes your opponent is like doing as a first play, I don't know, picking arrows, and you're just gonna go for Poison Goblin Heart when there's nothing else, and you're straight up winning the game, even though the opponent has on paper the advantage of the first pick. So Furnace is coming down here, just getting a ton of decent value here. I mean, it kind of is clean up. I'm just gonna go for a Mighty Miner here in the back, and now it's time to stack to play my first Goblin Heart here. So my Fire Spirit is not going to get any chip damage so far. Baby Dragon is going to kill it off. I'm just going to go for the Rescue Split. This is really annoying and really unfortunate. I'm not going to lie there. That he at the same time plays the Barbarian Barrel there. So I need to go in for that. He has a good damage advantage, but I'm still kind of confident that I'm able to kind of come back this, because what is important about Hut? Huts are so no skill. There's just one play which you kind of want to do with Goblin Hut, which is important, especially against like big spell decks or like fireball decks, better to say, because every other spell like Poison EQ, you never want to pick the Hut, is going opposite lane. You don't want to play your Hut on the tower where the opponent is going for, because he's just able to get fireball on the tower he's looking forward. So I was gonna go for the Goblin Heart in the right hand side now, because I know he has fireball, so just play that I don't give my opponent any type of fireball value. So he's just gonna go for the arrows there. I'm just gonna go in for the barrel, and I'm just gonna go in for the Mighty Miner. So Mighty Miner is coming down there, actually doing a great job, and he's really low on elixir. This is kind of what we know here. So he's completely overcommitting, we got a great game control, and the game is basically over. So why do we win this game? Of course we don't win it with Huts. This is normally what never happens, right? Like, there are two really big options. There's like one which is like really rare. It's kind of you winning the game by just like spamming your Huts and overwhelming the opponents, but this is not really the play. The play is to gain elixir advantage by spamming your Huts, your Goblin Huts, your Furnaces, just playing them behind your tower. Your opponent needs to fireball it, your opponent needs to overcommit that, because they don't want to take the cheeky chip damage, and in the end they will just lose because they can't defend your Mighty Miner and they can't defend your support troops. So guys, this is a prime example I'm talking about. We're playing against CMG Julian, and we have the first pick, right? So we're just gonna go instant for the Earthquake here, because Lightning is still open, but Lightning is also not good against Hut. So I'm gonna pick the EQ there, which is not it's a really odd pick, I would say, but right now we got the EQ there, so we can go Huts, but we also can go in for the Elixir Collector. So I'm just gonna go Elixir Collector early. I'm also gonna go for the Ice Spirit to just get a good cheap cycle deck. We love cheap cycle decks, but also for sure the Goblin Heart is still smiting at me.
I just had to let you know you're mine.
especially without having a poison and fireball in store at this draft decision there. So kind of waiting what he's gonna pick here. I mean, there are a ton of different options, so he's just gonna go lightning, which I think is the safest pick on his end. Just have a big spell, cleaning up the pumps. Completely right decision, but we are knowing, like, we know kind of doesn't matter what he does, right? We're winning this game. So he's just gonna go for the Archer Queen. We're going for double hut now, guys. We got the crazy deck. We got like pump, double hut, EQ, Ice Spirit. We still have 3 cards left, so we kind of need to see, okay, what support cards are we gonna pick there to kind of crush Julian's dream there. But the E-Giant is kind of laughing at me. The E-Giant is a card which works really, really well for me in this type of decks. Just as a support, it's absolutely massive. We're just gonna go in here for the E-Giant, and the E-Giant, I mean, we don't have a tornado. He has the Foundling, but I'm just kind of going on a strategy to overwhelm my opponent with huts, getting a Elixir advantage, and then just destroy him with E-Giants. This is the plan at least here. So I'm just gonna go for the Zap. What's he gonna pick, right? He still needs the win condition. He's gonna go for the Free Musketeer. Smart pick, because I don't have a big spell. He also goes in for Balloon. We have double hut. We don't have anything so far against that, like single time damage wise. And now we're going in for, like, I'm kind of thinking, okay, what should I pick? There are some decisions, right? But I'm just gonna go for the minions to have something safe against the Lava Hound. It's also not too, against the Balloon. It's also not too expensive, so it works really comfortable in my deck. And I'm just gonna go for the good luck, since I knew, Julian, you need this type of good luck. I'm just gonna go for the Ice Spirit here. I'm just gonna go for the Goblin Hut. Just instantly making sure we're gonna get the value we want to. And let's see, he goes in for the Boulder. I mean, Boulder is fine against my Spear Goblin Hut. Not gonna lie there. But I think I'm just gonna go in for my minion side, just trying to distract it. And I know, like, he can't really support, like, he can't really do too much against it. He just has Snowball, right? He can't snowball all of the stuff into the lane. And I think I'm just gonna go for the Electro Giant here, because I still have my Spear Goblin pushing. He needs to defend this somehow, and doesn't matter what he plays. This E-Giant will still chip away. So that was honestly a really smart queen. He decides to use the ability early. I mean, makes kind of sense, because I think, like, the E-Giant is so tanky at the situation that he's still able to get another ability on offense. So you need to be careful about it. I'm just gonna go for Furnace really, really low. So I'm just gonna go in for my Ice Spirit here. And I'm just gonna go for the Hut here. So the Hut is really great, distracting both sides. He's not gonna be able to get another ability. And I can tell you guys, it was really close. And now we got like 1 million Spear Golems. Also, the one Spear Golem got pushed over the river and does a really good job. So I'm just gonna go here for, kind of waiting here a second, to be fair. I'm just gonna go for now for my Elixir Pump. I'm kind of going really aggressive for my Elixir Pump, since I know his Balloon is out of cycle. And Fire Spirit, guys, the Witch is not gonna do anything. He's just gonna go Lightning. We get a +1 Elixir trait, and he still needs to defend the 2 Fire Spirits. He's already crying because he's not gonna enjoy this game at all. Fire Spirits are chipping away. We're looking so good. So I'm just gonna kind of thinking about what I'm doing. Should I, like, build up a huge push or not? I'm just gonna decide to go in this strategy which works so far in single Elixir time, especially. Not play my E-Giant in the back when I'm gonna play it in front, maybe to kill an Archer Queen, to kill like an Foundling. But I'm just gonna go for the Ice Spirit here. I'm just gonna go in for my minions. Minions are completely killing that. Doesn't matter if he snowballs that, his Foundling will die anyway. So I'm just gonna go for Elixir Pump here, because now I guess he can go Lightning, but he won't most likely, because he still needs to defend the Furnace, and he knows if he's gonna go Lightning, it's still 1 Elixir behind. I can just go E-Giant the Bridge and maybe Zap his and Foundling, and he lost this game. So he's just gonna go for that here. I'm just gonna go for my Electro Giant here. I'm just gonna go for my Furnace here, really good Furnace. And I also have, like, my Ice Spirit there ready just to go for that. He goes in for the Free Musketeers, which are not too bad. I just need to be careful here, to be fair, that I'm not able, or like that I'm not getting destroyed here by the Elixir advantage. I'm so much up right now. So I had, like, the strike is actually pretty cheap, so I can just go for the E-Giant here. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake here, just to make sure the Witch also dies. And look at this, guys. This is absolutely awesome, and we are looking so good. He's just gonna go for the Snowball. We're just gonna go in for another Furnace here low, because I want to make sure, okay, the Queen 1% is gonna go into my range. But as you guys can see, our cycle is so quick, so he can just go in for the E-Giant here, and doesn't matter what he does, right? He can go in for this ability, but it won't really work out. I have, like, now the time to just go in for a perfect Zap here. We set the Foundling, and Foundling will go in on top of my minions. I can just go in for my EQ here, and this is basically it. We are winning this game so easy, so clean, and this is the reason why Goblin Hut is by far currently the card with the highest win percentage, highest win rate in Clash Royale, and I would say I'm gonna prove it in one more game. So guys, you win a game against Lynx, and as you guys can see, this is an opening. This is a Clash Royale classic opening for Hut spam. No big spell besides Rocket, but you would never Rocket a Hut, right? And also I got the only real small spell which is pretty decent against Hut. Barbarian Belt is not going to reach it. The World Deluge is just going to be able to play on your own side. And I got the Hour's first pick also. Which are kind of decks you guys want to see with Goblin Hut, Rascals, Dark Goblin, a ton of baity stuff. This is kind of what we're doing here. So I'm going to pick the Hours. He's going to pick a Foundering, makes sense kind of in a way. He goes in also for the Archer Queen, which is a smart pick.
Oh my
So guys, here we are back. So I'm gonna go for the Elixir Polactor. I mean, smart pick for me to pick the Archer Queen there to kind of distract or make sure that I don't pick the Archer Queen, to make sure to not counter his Foundering play by play. Using the Rascals there because Rascals just overall really well. And I also know, okay, he can't pick Golden Knight anymore because he picked away Archer Queen. And Golden Knight is the only real counter against Rascals. So what is he supposed to do? So we're looking so good. He's just gonna go in for that for the Fisherman here. I'm not really 100% sure what I'm gonna pick there, but I'm thinking maybe Golden Knight, I guess. Okay, like Goblin Hut for sure. This is gonna be the first pick, of course, dude. I'm like Goblin Hut addicted, but it's kind of what also like a strategy which is currently helping me a lot. I'm using my Magic Archer because, kind of with Hut spam, you're sometimes like struggling. You get the Elixir advantage going, but you're kind of struggling to get chip damage. So with Magic Archer, I'm like 1% sure I'm able to get the chip damage. I'm getting through the tower. I'm able to snipe stuff, especially by him like defending my Goblin Hut, defending my Spear Guns. I'm just gonna line up the Magic Archer and get on opponent's tower. So he's the escape over there and also the Snowball. I'm just gonna pick the Mighty Mine. I'm not gonna use. I'm gonna pick dude. Like I'm still used to it, but also at Monday, as you guys don't know, the new season will start in Clash Royale and it won't be Mega Draft anymore. I'm gonna pick here the minions there because I just feel like they're getting a ton of value like against every single card from him besides Queen. And I mean, Snowball's decent against that, but still it cleans up the Fisherman, cleans up the Foundering, does wall against RG, does wall against Skelly Brawl. In our deck so far, it looks really interesting. I don't have a big spell, which makes it a bit tougher, but he doesn't have anything against Mighty Miner besides Fisherman, but I don't really have something to kind of protect the Fisherman. So he's deciding to also go in for the bandages for some bridge spam action, and I think maybe the right decision would have been like an Ice Bird or Goblins after like watching this, but I'm thinking I'm picking a Musketeer just to have something, like I don't know, like I think this is kind of what I don't really need because I have already Magic Archer, I have Rascals, so maybe like Goblins, even he has Bamble would be better just to have something to make sure to distract the Fisherman from a Mighty Miner, because now my Mighty Miner is pretty like open for him to fisher away from his Royal Giant. So that was honestly a mistake, and this is kind of what really important for you guys to know. I'm also doing mistakes still on drafting, but how do I learn? How do I get better in Clash Royale? I do get better by watching my replays and seeing what I'm doing wrong. If it's like normal gameplay or it's drafting, which are kind of main game modes right now, you kind of need to get better by watching it, and then you will learn of your mistakes, but kind of also analyzing what did you do wrong. Did you lose because your draft was absolutely horrible? Maybe also sometimes you get unlucky with the first pick, honestly, by your opponent. But look at my Spear Goblins here, guys. Spear Goblin getting massive chip damage, just like a Spear Goblin Hut. Got like 1k damage on the opponent's tower, which is this is absolutely crazy. So this kind of why I want to really make sure to pick this to have my like minions ready there. I'm kind of like taking the damage from the Archer Queen opposite lane. I think it was the right decision. I'm kind of using my Snowball here. I mean, just going to use my ability early because I know he still needs to defend this Mighty Miner. He also lets the Magic Archer go completely. So we kind of, I don't want to say we're evening up both sides because the left tower is still like on HP for us. I think 100% HP elite. But kind of splitting damage is always great. But he kind of did the same way. He was also splitting some damage. We just got like 300, 500 damage elite or like 300, 400. But we also get one Rascal goal, and I think this is really important for you guys to know, which I think is an interaction you might not really be familiar with. If you let a Rascal goal connect without any like support, just alone, she will still get one shot, which means like 200 damage. So if you have like Skeleton Icebird, make sure to play to distract that, because 200 damage for like nothing, it's absolutely massive at a chip damage for sure. Overtime is crazy. I wasn't able to play my pump yet because I know like if I'm like going for bad pump timing, I'm just losing the game straight up. So I'm just gonna go in here for my Magic Archer first, and I just want to make safe defense first, because I know if I have a safe defense first, I'm gonna win this. So that was honestly not the best Mighty Miner. I shouldn't have played a Mighty Miner situation because Mighty Miner is my main IG answer, and kind of what you guys gonna see me is like by kind of getting in an awkward cycle, I would say, because now he can just go pressure there, and I just need to go in for a Mighty Miner now, or like a Goblin Hut first and then with Mighty Miner. But this hut, yeah, I mean, no, not this hut. This hut was okay, to be fair. I had to play it. What was really bad was the elixir pump. The elixir pump timing was honestly really horrible. And also the king activation he got there was a bit unlucky, I would say. So my minions are chipping away on top of the banner. We're looking great. Now I'm just going to go in here for the elixir collector. Because I know, okay, we're kind of joking the game, but I'm winning this. I'm winning this as long as I have the elixir advantage. So I'm kind of just going to go in for my magic archer here. So he's gonna get a ton of damage, but I kind of know I'm still winning this. I can still win this one. I mean, it's not like 1% sure I'm winning this because he's now really up, and I don't have a win condition, right? Like there's some decks, right, where you're thinking, okay, my opponent has nothing against Elixir Collector, I should win, right? But you're kind of lacking of win conditions, so you can't really do something with your Elixir range. So we do get one really huge Magic Archer shot, which is helpful. I'm just gonna go now for my Snowball here. Good snowball, and I think he still gets like one Warrior Giant hit, which is not too great. But as you guys can see, I still decide to pump, and this is kind of what brings me back into this game soon, because I know if I survive the next RG, this will be important, because then I have a good counter push. I'm just gonna go for the Rascals here early on. I guess I'm just gonna go in here for my minions high here, great minions. I'm just gonna go Miner. And I think right now I'm just gonna go for the Magic Archer here. I'm just gonna go for another Rascals. Rascals are great. Look at the one minion. Look at the one minion chipping away. This is important chip damage. Minions are doing so much chip. I'm using another Magic Archer to just to snipe that great Magic Archer. I'm using my Rascals here. Magic Archer is getting so much chip damage. Magic Archer is still chipping away. One more shot, and now I'm like kind of an arrow cycle range. I'm just gonna go for the arrows here. I'm kind of want to pressure him just aggressively. He's not able to snowball cycle me, and I know, okay, minions are coming down. And I'm also going to go now for my Rascal just to kind of protect this one. I need to go for arrows here. I just want to make sure, okay, he has a free card cycle, which is absolutely annoying for me. So I just want to make sure to kill it as soon as I can. I'm just going to go for the Goblin here. I need to go Mighty Mine as low as I can just to make sure the Barbarian Build doesn't do Barbarian Build things. Minions high, and I just need one more card to cycle back to another sort of arrows, and we won this game just because of the Goblin, the current best card in Clash Royale in the new Purple Legends Meha Draft mode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to use code mortenroyale, and I would say I'm out. Goodbye.